Go.
What are we gonna do, Russ? Good morning, everybody. Person that just retired. Now I don't have to do it myself. But I'm doing okay. See how it went, and yeah, I think Russell Williams is just the next step. I want to do Russell Williams and the loud music killer guy, whatever, I forgot his name, and I want to do Dustin Freetridge, I want to do Stephen McDaniels, and Holtzclaw. I want to just do a bunch of interrogation analysis with all of the real popular ones on YouTube, and so I figured Russell Williams was next. I think it's the best
Let's go.
YouTube. It's just a masterpiece for a lot of different reasons. I'm gonna just summarize very quickly who Russell Wilson is and how he ended up in that. But if you haven't heard much about it, there's a bunch of good documentaries. Let's take a stage of the documentary. You can learn all about it. But anyway, so Russell Williams. Ooh, what a scary ass man. Very highly respected pilot in the Canadian military.
I'm getting sick.
Flew cargo planes, war, flew all their politics around. There's a base in Ontario, and I think he ran that whole base, so very respected and very high up in the military hierarchy. Interesting thing, and people that are very high up in the military and have been high up for a number of years have this confidence because they're important, and there's people below you, and they have to treat you like this, and here's the people above you, and and it's very structured. I actually did stand up for our aircraft carrier. So I got on an aircraft carrier called a Tiger Cruise. So this aircraft carrier with 5,000 soldiers had been deployed, essentially just at war, parked in the South China Sea and over by the Middle East for 9 months. So they had just been working 9 months, city on the water, giant aircraft carrier. And then as the 9 months end,
I kind of want to
they pull into Hawaii and
do some Black Ops 2 low key.
What it is they pull into Hawaii and they allow everybody. It's the last week of everyone's deployment, but they don't want to just let people that have been at war for 9 months just right back into society, because it's a big, it's a big jump. It's like they've almost been institutionalized on this boat. And so what they do is they pull into Hawaii, they let everybody's friends and family get on, and then for a week they go from Hawaii all the way to San Diego, and everybody's family's on, so the families follow their friend or their kid or whoever it is. They follow them around for a week, kind of shadow them. They get to see what they've been doing on the ship. And then there's also entertainment. So there was a band one night, and I did comedy one night, and bingo one night. But it was interesting.
Oh gosh!
I really learned about the higher ups of the military. It's like, the people that are high up, they really get built up, and they can really just kind of talk down to anyone under them, and they get really used to being respected. And the higher up they are, kind of the more like, I'm very important. Look at me. Like that person had to salute me, and I must be important. It's impossible not for it to go to your head if all these people have to be like, sir, and as a military, you need the people to be confident, and they build them up on purpose so they can make the hard decision. But anyway, my point is Russell is very confident, and he's used to being a very important person and a very respected person. And as the interrogation gets going, and as the pressure turns up, and his little status as Colonel Boy Russell Williams isn't helping him and is being 100% ignored, you can see that he's not used to that and that it's not a comfortable situation. So anyway, Russell Williams, highly respected, powerful pilot in Ontario, and him and his wife, who he loves very much, had just finished building their dream house, this big, modern, like tall, cool-looking modern house. And it comes out that they had been building it for a year. So they have a house in Ontario, and then they have a little cottage. I think it's maybe a Canadian viewer can help me out, but I think it's like an hour or a half hour away from that house. They have a little cottage in Tweed, a little town called Tweed. And a lot of the times, I don't know if it's because of how Russell worked, the weird hours of being a pilot, or if he just liked to be alone to do his weird stuff, but a lot of nights I think that Russell would end up sleeping in Tweed, like at the little cottage, and his wife in Ontario. I don't know how many nights they actually spent together, but there was a lot of nights that either after work Russell would go to their place in Tweed, or and just, I guess my point is just he would be somewhere. He had a house that his wife wasn't in. He had an opportunity to be alone a lot of the times, which, if you're a freaky-ass underwear weirdo murderer, that, I guess, is convenient for you. Okay, so Russell Williams, his college friends said that he really liked to pull pranks where he would kind of sneak into a house, sneak into your room, and he would hide in the closet, and he was really good at it, and he would hide for a really long time, and so he definitely had an inclination to kind of travel around. And I think that, I don't know for sure, but I think that's probably what his first kind of criminal activity would look like, is he really liked to just sort of snoop around, and he's just a scary monster, basically. It's as close to a horror movie killer as I think that I've seen. And then, I don't know if he was always kind of an underwear weirdo. He started his underwear phase. 30 or 40 houses in that area reported a break-in and having like women's underwear and women's dresses and women's bikinis, all of that stuff was missing. 50 or 40 houses just crazy all around his little cottage in Tweed. And they show, one of the documentaries, they show like that neighborhood light up every house that's had their underwear stolen. and it's just every house in that area except Russell's college is like, hey, our underwear is gone. So that's kind of the first. And then I think it's one of those people that, I don't know if he was abused as a kid or he was abused by his mom. There's one point in the interrogation where Detective Jim Smith is calling Russell, and
Here we go.
calls Russ,
There we go.
and it sounds like maybe he had I think that the people that, like Bundy and maybe Russell Williams, it seems like they were either abused by their mom or something, and like she would say, Russell, get over here, or something, and now he just can't even find Russ. And he says some horrible stuff to women where he needs to dominate the situation. And I don't know, that's got to come from some sort of abuse, or maybe it's just his head is broken or something, but okay, so anyway,
Bro, what the fuck?
he has a compulsion to steal a woman's underwear, and then he kind of ups the ante from there. And what he likes to do is he puts on the underwear and dresses and stuff, and takes pictures of himself. And then so all the underwear stuff is happening, and then two really horrible sexual assaults go down, where women are in their apartment or in their houses, and a man comes in and either wakes them up by hitting them or just overpowering them, and then he ties them up, makes them put on underwear, puts on their underwear, takes a bunch of pictures of them, takes pictures of himself, and then leaves. Doesn't kill him. Alright, so those pop up. Pretty sure those are both made.
What the fuck, man?
And then
What is this?
ups the ante more and basically does that same type of thing where
When you write, your tone influences how readers respond. With Grammarly, just highlight your text and type how you want to sound. Get your message right every time. Download it for free at Grammarly.com.
subdues her by either hitting her with a flashlight. He carries around, he's just a scary monster. He carries around one of those huge metal red flashlights that he uses to hit, and it's just terrifying. And so he does the same type of thing where he goes in, sexually assaults, does weird stuff with underwear, and then murders the next two. So, bunch of weird underwear stuff, two really bad sexual assaults where he let the women live, and then two where he killed them. And then one of them, she was in Ontario, and so he went into her house in Ontario, assaulted her, and then brought her to Tweed, to his place in Tweed. Just what a nightmare. Assaulted her there, and then killed her there. And so the cops don't even really know at the beginning, are these two sexual assaults and these two murders, are they all connected? And they're trying to figure out this whole mess. And what's mind-blowing is Russell Williams is a very smart and very logical guy, but really doesn't do much to try to cover his tracks. I mean, he leaves DNA, he leaves tire tracks, he leaves foot. To me, I think that he probably hated that he did this, and he would tell himself he's never going to do it again, and then he would start to get a craving, and then he would start to get a really bad craving, and then he would say, okay, I'm going to put my mask on and just go out and maybe steal a little underwear, out, even though he knew that. So anyway, the cops start to get their stuff together before people, or as they figure out these 4 cases are all together, right? And they,
Bro, what the fuck is this?
the last victim, the one where he started in Ontario and assaulted her there,
What?
bringing her to Tweed and assaulting her there and then killing her, he kind of pulled into her property in a field and drove along, I think, the tree line kind of, and then parked. It was a weird place and he left his car there while he assaulted her, and they got in the car and then Tweed. But it was a weird place to leave a car. A few people noticed that it's weird that there was a car there, and so as the news came out that this woman was missing, a couple people remembered, hey, I saw her here. So a couple people, one guy or a couple, like one guy, maybe like a cop or something, called in and said, I saw this SUV sitting in the field of the woman that disappeared that you guys can't find. Maybe check it out. So the Canadian police went out there, and luckily it had snowed. Perfect tire tracks and perfect boot prints from the tire tracks up to the door. And so they got the tires. They think they got the tires, and so they set up roadblocks and they start looking at cars, they're not seeing anything, and then Russell Williams, old Russ, drives through, thinking he's all good, thinking he's above suspicion, thinking there's no way anyone would ever think that he would do it. He flew the minister, or whatever they call it in Canada, and pulls in. They change the tires, but they don't make a big fuss about it. Send him on his way from that moment forward with the police following him everywhere he goes. And then either that Sunday or later week or something, they call him down to ask him to come down to the police station and answer a couple questions. He tells his wife they're sitting in their new house. Took a year to build his wife's dream house. He says to his wife, I'll be home for dinner, they just want to talk to me. I think that there's a theory that he thought they were going to ask about his neighbor in Tweed. His neighbor in Tweed had been a prime suspect, and he was kind of this hunter guy, always in shooting and wore a and he told his wife, I'll be home for dinner. And he leaves to go.
Let's go. Let's go.
This interrogation is very interesting for a couple of reasons. Interrogators, I would say Jim Smith, I don't know for sure, but I would say most people that are being questioned for murder are kind of like drugged out or, you know, kind of on the bottom of the barrel. Interrogators are used to talking to respected military. This is a very strange case, so you can tell that Jim Smith kind of prepared himself to not be thrown off, to not treat this guy any different, to not be intimidated, and it just makes the whole thing very interesting. Okay, so Russ comes in, he's very much playing the card of I am highly respected military.
Oh, damn fucking lit.
That's what I do. Just like I talked about how in the they know in this case that an innocent man is a highly respected military. So I'm not helping with this.
Flip on the lights somehow.
you guys are doing your thing. You know, I'm glad that you're trying to find this guy. And Russ seems very relaxed. He seems like his legs are out and crossed, and his arms are down. Very okay with this situation. Sort of. Talk his way out. No, guy sitting next to Smith. Absolutely. Just murder him as far as an interrogation. He is it's like when a snake or something suffocates its prey and swings around on him slowly. The more you fight, the worse it gets. Power or whatever it is. Calm.
That's great, but can you ask your friend to stop digging into the green?
Not gonna ask. But he's not going to. Only pay for what you need.
It's just a beaten, scared little beautiful to see. But that's not for a little bit. And a lot happens quickly. Alright, so they're making small talk. And Jim says, you ever been in a police like this? Russ says, no, I never have. I've never been. And then Russ does his first attempt at bringing stabs to the situation. The closest I've been to a room like this is you can't hear the word secret clearance or when I was given top secret clearance. And that is saying, that's his way of nicely saying to this interrogator, listen, little cop, I know you're a cop. I know you're a maybe even an important cop, but I am way above you in this whole respect. I'm from a little military way, and that's what I saw on the aircraft carrier a little bit, like the very last day when we were pulling into San Diego. We had a bunch of trash in our room that had accumulated over the week on the aircraft carrier, and we got to clean up the room. We got to hand in your blankets and the mattress or and all that stuff. And there's a bunch of trash, and they were telling everyone where to put the trash to get everyone off their clothes to find out on their process. And so I got this bag of trash, and I'm following kind of my chaperone for the weekend, and he's actually a very high pilot too. And we're going, and we get to the dumpster, and we put trash, and like some very low enlisted person was like, oh, actually, you guys can't put your trash here, and the pilot that I was with this highlight, we're putting it here. So, and you can tell like enlisted, like low down. Alright, well, can't really say much, but this is his first time to kind of throw his military weight around, being like, I've been in a room like this, and I asked for top secret clearance, but boy. And Jim Smith's reaction is amazing. He goes, oh yeah? Well, anyway, Russ, the reason we're here, and he just totally dismisses it. And on the Fifth Estate documentary, they bring up that he never once calls him Colonel, because he's not Colonel. Little Russ, the underwear weirdo. And then he goes, okay, Russ, the reason we're here, and he's still kind of treating him like we're talking to a lot of people. I just want to get past you. And so he goes, yeah, well, anyway, Russ, here's what we're here for. Jim Smith is a true investigator. I don't think he's going to pull any tricks that he pretends to have knowledge that he doesn't. Interrogators like, we got the tape. We got the tape of you, and if we Kind of before Russ even knows what's going on, he starts just details over the four charges or the four crimes that they're talking about. So Russ is thinking that, hey, we're just doing small talk. You know, we're gonna get into this, and boom! All of a sudden, Russell Williams is just reading in detail all of these crimes. So all of a sudden, Russ is just kind of thrust into quickly into acting for the first time. So all of a sudden, in his head, he's decided he has to decide what he's going to pretend to know and what he's going to pretend that he's never heard of yet. He's going to have to pretend, you know, that he hasn't heard of this, and he knows this, and he's going to have to kind of get his story quickly. It's an interesting strategy that Jim Smith did that I had never really seen before, where it was like, oh, hey, small talk, all right, small talk, here's the crimes, I want to see how you react.
Oh shit!
Russ was going, oh, yeah, you know, about that. Where were you when you heard that?
Why is it so laggy right now?
Field and saw that, and had you heard that? And it's just very quickly, Russell has to get his story down and quick, and it's an interesting way to do it. Just the slowness and the details of how he lays out each of the crimes. It's like he's forcing him, Russell, to react to it and to see how he reacts.
The tabs you open here are also here. Choose Chrome to share tabs across devices.
There you go. Damn it. Yo, shut the fuck up, bitch.
And then they kind of get into the, okay, well, everybody, but I'm going to read the rights. At this point, you can tell I still don't think that he thinks he's today. Hard. Chris Watts is, because of who he is pretending to be, he has to pretend to help. He has to play the game, or it would just throw a wrench into everything. So he goes, no, I don't need a lawyer. And then Jim Smith goes, do you have a lawyer? And he goes, I have a real estate lawyer. He's being like, why would I need a lawyer? I'm a pillar of the community. So, you know, he just brushes it off, he's laughing. You know, being like, I'm on your side, you know, we're all in the government here. So far, Detective Jim Smith has done a real good job not calling it colonel, not entertaining that he has top secret clearance, or it's a really Smith does a really slick way. He has a really slick kind of strategy to just get Russell feeling like you're in my world now. This isn't when you get the boss around people a lot lower. And by about 5
Damn, it weighs more than this thing. It's a great hammer. Is that why?
in, that's all I gotta say. I think they're not.
Oh, cool.
Body language doesn't go into full-on arms crossed, hugging himself for dear life yet. About 10 more minutes. Hell,
That is sick.
gum. Gum. Just this poor gum is just taking all of the energy. And this is probably where we'll end this when it's getting long. And then Russell Williams does, because 2 of the people are very close to their houses are very close to where he lives in Tweed.
I'm just gonna chill.